Hello, everyone. There we go. Okay. It is really great to be with you all. I mean that sincerely. I want to thank CTIA and especially Meredith for everything that you do on a daily basis. Thank you for inviting me to be a part of this, what I think is a terrific conversation. I saw Meredith just last week at the NTIA's 45th anniversary celebration. It's hard to believe that it's been 45 years, but it's also hard to believe that NTIA is younger than I am, and many of you may be as well. But it was a terrific opportunity to celebrate NTIA and the vital role that it plays in driving our economy, frankly. It's a great time for us to take stock on how far we've come in pursuit of a wireless world, but how much further we still have to go. Now, you all know this. I don't have to say it, but I probably will anyway. The Biden-Harris administration is committed, really focused on maintaining the U.S. status as the world leader in advanced wireless technology for commercial use and for critical government missions alike. And that's the driving force behind our development of the National Spectrum Strategy, finding ways that we can meet the immediate and long-term needs of both commercial and federal users. American demands for wireless-based services, which saw a steady rise in recent decades, spiked during the COVID-19 pandemic, and next-generation Wi-Fi networks, they'll soon require wideband channels of more than 100 megahertz each. What's more, new satellite mega constellations, 6G networks, connected automobiles, the Internet of Things, private wireless networks for a range of industrial sectors, they're all going to soon need increases of access to spectrum resources. And at the same time, government missions, from weather observation to lunar missions to defending the Pacific, become more spectrum resilient each day. It's clear necessity drives ingenuity. We need to find new and innovative ways to harness this finite resource. Our continued leadership will require a pipeline of spectrum for commercial and federal users. Our goal is to identify at least 1,500 megahertz of spectrum to study for potential repurposing to meet the future requirements for users across the board. It's perhaps our most ambitious study goal to date, and we're confident that technological advances on the horizon are going to present new opportunities to make more efficient use of spectrum. We hope to develop a pipeline of spectrum for study and appropriate means for allowing greater use of some of the bands for use by the private sector. Our goal is to bring as many parties as possible to the table to develop a holistic, far-reaching strategy to increase spectrum access. We requested comments from the public, and we've received more than 130 responses. So I want to thank CTIA specifically and many of the organizations represented here today for their thoughtful contributions to this effort. We also held 2 public listening sessions, a session with federal agencies and 2 tribal consultations. And there are still a whole range of opportunities for individuals to find one-on-one time with NTIA experts to provide additional insight and input. A lot of this work can't be completed without a robust legal framework. And the law and long-standing U.S. policy heavily favors the FCC assigning licenses by auction. The lapse in the FCC's auction authority threatens their ability to plan future auctions, and it further impedes our nation's ability to deploy high-speed internet access and close the digital divide. The Biden-Harris administration understands just how vital, and you heard it a few minutes ago, mid-band spectrum is for 5G, and in turn, economic growth and U.S. wireless leadership. And we have to strike a balance. While ensuring that we don't create any harm to national security, we also have to make sure that we find ways to bring spectrum to market in a way that drives innovation and investment. We know that at the Commerce Department, and our colleagues at the Department of Defense know it as well. In March, Secretary of Commerce, my colleague, Gina Raimondo, and Defense Secretary Lloyd Austin memorialized an agreement on a path forward for spectrum with a joint letter supporting last year's proposed Senate Spectrum Amendment. This move not only recognized the troubled state of our current laws and what those clear shortcomings mean for the future, but highlighted our agency's shared commitment to meet the moment. American leadership in innovation and technology has been critical to our economic and national security for decades. And our success in leading in wireless telecommunications and working with global allies are key components of that. To continue to lead, American companies, entrepreneurs, and our international partners need to remain at the cutting edge of all of these technologies. And the Wireless Innovation Fund, powered by the CHIPS and Science Act, is on the front lines of that effort. The Wireless Innovation Fund was born out of the need to increase the resiliency, the diversity, and security of the wireless equipment ecosystem in order to maintain that leadership. It's going to allow us to invest in the next generation of wireless innovation, unlocking opportunities for new and emerging companies, bringing about the development and adoption of open, interoperable, and standards-based networks. It's also going to help us develop the global telecom market, strengthening our global economy, our global supply chains, and give our allies trusted choices in spectrum access. It's a long project, and to get there, we're going to need your help. We need your ideas, we need your guidance, we need your partnership. Our goal is to deliver the first grants from this initial $140.5 million tranche in August. Applications to receive portions of this funding are open right now through June 2nd, and we expect to open another round of funding next year. Expanding spectrum access is a wholesale effort that requires all of us in order to make impactful progress. Looking out on all of you and at the work that's already underway, I am very hopeful that we'll realize the future of 5G and not only improve, but empower the work of businesses, the missions of critical government services, and American lives. I want to thank you for everything that you do every day. I thank you for your partnership. I thank you for your leadership around this country and around the globe, powering economic success in all of our communities. We cannot do this without you, so thank you, thank you, thank you for your partnership. Have a great rest of the day.